So let me start out by telling you how much it means to take the time that you did today and in the future to walk in the shoes of those who can't speak for themselves. It's a high calling for people to do that. You've been forced to step outside your comfort zone. You've been forced to stare in the face something that's one of the things that most people dread the most in their life. But you've done it, and you've done it well, and you've incorporated what's happened. So the time that we're going to be spending together today is going to be on exactly the pragmatics of what I've studied and researched in order to make the VDT available. I have no idea what this cold is that's going on. It's ugly. I apologize. I've got drops over here, and if it gets too bad, I'll start finger spelling. So to me, those with dementia have a beautiful mind. They do. It's not exactly like ours, but that's okay, right? Doesn't matter. Actually, it's a real gift to be able to work with someone who has dementia. Because those of us who view them as having a beautiful mind enjoy every minute of it. I'm one of those people that I got out of graduate school. I began serving those in nursing homes, and one of the things I did very first off was fall in love. These are my people. These are the people, this is my Calcutta. These are the people who built our roads, built our schools, gave us the gift that we have in our lives today, and because of some circumstance having to do with how their brain is dying, they're suffering with a terrible disease with no cure. What an honor, what holy ground to walk on, to be able to serve them and serve them with dignity and respect. So, to me, right now, dementia is the human rights issue of our time. There have been a number of human rights issues as our decades go by, but dementia is it now. Why? Because we've spent so long marginalizing them, placing them away from the rest of society. Families don't want to talk about it. Churches don't accept them. Most of the places that you go view dementia with horror and fear. Well, what happens when that happens? Nothing gets done. Nobody actually faces it head on. And what's happening with that is we found that the medical model has been the most acceptable thing to do for those with dementia. We medicate them, we put them in hospitals, we find places for them to dwell that we don't have to deal with as much, unless we're a carer. But even then, I don't know how many of you in this room have ever left work, gone to a cocktail party, and someone's asked you what you do for a living. How many have done that? The cocktail party part, right? Okay. So you get to the cocktail party and somebody you don't know walks up to you and says, "So, what do you do for a living?" And I go, "I work in nursing homes." Oh. Oh, you do? Oh, that must be so horrible. Well, no, actually, it's not. We have our streakers, our cussers, our love affairs. We have just about anything you have outside the nursing homes. And then you see them kind of look at you like you're crazy a little bit. You haven't had anything to drink yet. Remember, you just got there. And as they step back, you can see them thinking, "Oh, God, love her. Apparently, she couldn't get another job." It's not true. This is exactly what I love. I had polio as a child and had to relearn how to walk and was paralyzed from the neck down. And I remember what it's like to be different. I remember what it's like to be in a classroom full of kids and know that everybody else can walk from here to there with no problem at all, and it's going to take me a whole lot longer, and I'm going to be noisy when I walk. I know what that feels like. And that's why it was so wonderful to me to walk in a nursing home full of different people. But what I'm going to show you today is those with dementia are actually normal within the confines of dementia. So how we got here, this is a scary thing. When dementia was first discovered, it was mental illness. It wasn't considered as a separate disease. It was considered a mental illness. schizophrenia, catatonia, all kinds of mental illness. So they were placed in mental institutions. Do you see how that's strike one right there? In fact, did you know that